What's up, everybody? Welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, especially well, this is going to be at the end, but the retirement of Daniel Bryan. And I'm going to give a lot of my thoughts on that at the end of this review. But we'll kick it off with the usual. Stephanie McMahon was out there for the contract signing with Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose for the WWE title triple threat #1 contenders match for WrestleMania. As the fans chanted for Daniel Bryan, it says, "Yo, you guys are chanting the wrong person. That whoever wins will be facing Triple H for the title at WrestleMania." It says, Hollywood may have Captain America versus Iron Man or Batman versus Superman, but you got the Roman Empire versus the Lunatic Fringe versus the Beast Incarnate. As pretty much Ambrose came out and says, "I got unfinished business, that overgrown egg, bring him out." Pretty much then after that, Reigns came out, and then Brock Lesnar came out. Then they were all three of them were out there. They signed the contract. Pretty much Paul Heyman says, "You and your little Samoan badass friend right there aren't really gonna do that much because you will get beat down by Brock Lesnar." And pretty much then after that, Ambrose got in Brock Lesnar's face. Pretty much Brock threw him across the table into the Reigns. He threw the table at Reigns and then F5 Dean Ambrose. Pretty much Brock Lesnar just killed Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in seconds. After that, Triple H's music played. He came out with the championship looking pretty much from the stage as they talked about the title. They even talked about Daniel Bryan. Pretty much his whole career is going to be throughout the night of clips with him when he first debuted on that horrible NXT show in 2010 until success as it is now. From him winning his first title, Money in the Bank, United States Championship, U.S. Champion, first World Heavyweight Championship, WrestleMania, everything. Pretty much after that, Brock Lesnar destroyed them. Kevin Owens went against Dolph Ziggler. Kevin Owens pretty much lost again with a roll-up, and pretty much Ziggler using the ropes for leverage. It's not much, but I don't know. I don't know why this feud's even happening. Ziggler doesn't have any momentum, and people are really on Kevin Owens' side anyway. They were over for Owens, really. The crowd wanted him to win. And pretty much he started the announce table then, but I don't know what they're doing with Kevin Owens right now. I feel like he's being wasted, not pushing him really right now. The Dudleys and the Usos talked about the tag team match was supposed to be the Usos versus the New Day in a table match, but the Dudleys wanted to be part of it, so it turned to a 4-on-3. They showed a Ryback video for some reason. Charlotte and Ric Flair came out, went against Alicia Fox. Charlotte won the match, actually getting another win. Miz TV was out there as he talked about AJ Styles last week, but Chris Jericho came out then talking about, I could do for Styles like I did for Daniel Bryan. But Jericho came out and told pretty much told Miz, "Would you please shut the hell up?" He says nobody wants to see Miz TV. People want to see the highlight reel. And pretty much a crew came in, changed the lights, brought the Jericho 3000 out, turned into the highlight reel with Chris Jericho and that Miz TV. Miz said this is his show. He says, no, it's not. It's mine now. And as they talked about AJ Styles, your teeth got knocked out, you lost to AJ, which AJ doing that backwards. Yeah, AJ knows how to hurt people everywhere he goes. AJ can either break your neck, now he's breaking people's teeth, knocking folks' teeth out with the Miz, but nobody doesn't give a crap about the Miz. And Miz says, "I spent $10,000 on this dental work," he says. And pretty much he talked about, Jericho said, "I can't think about the only with that Christmas song. All I want is for two front teeth," from the Chipmunks. And pretty much Miz talked about his match with Styles and everything, how you lost and that you can't handle it. AJ Styles then came out, his music. Miz attacked him from behind, pretty much beating up Styles. Miz came behind beating up Jericho. AJ Styles came in and helped. Pretty much they kept throwing Miz out the ring. Jericho and AJ had a stare down with each other. Pretty much they went blow for blow. Then Miz had grabbed Jericho. Jericho threw Miz through the announce table. Jericho was about to get in the ring, but pretty much looked on. So they're really hyping this match up really big for this Thursday on SmackDown. You don't really get that a lot, but they really are hyping up AJ Styles and Chris Jericho this Thursday. Bray Wyatt went against Goldberg 2.0 Ryberg, which the fans chanted Goldberg. I don't care if they say, I don't care what he put on the back of his tights, but he looks like Goldberg still, and I don't know. He's just Goldberg 2.0 Ryback. Bray Wyatt beat him, then the Wyatt family beat the crap out of him. He says we are the people, you are a liar. Mercy, man, I don't get mercy. The apocalypse is upon us. I will burn it to the ground, even though anything Bray Wyatt says at this point, saying what he's going to do, but never succeeds with it and keeps losing matches at pay-per-view. So I don't know what Bray Wyatt is, typical whatever, but, you know, he said it so many times, you don't believe whatever Bray Wyatt says because he's going to get beat up or lose this whole feud. That's why it's insta feuds with him, with the Wyatt family. They talked more about Daniel Bryan. The New Day were preparing for the table. Says, we're working for the table. Dean Ambrose is going to be looking for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to help Dean Ambrose look for Lesnar, but Ambrose is going to do it by myself. Titus O'Neil against Adam Rose. Which one would a roll up? I don't know. People were really on Titus' side. He was kind of over a bit tonight, but I don't know. Them fall off those clotheslines didn't make a lot of sense. They show a Black History video, which pretty much multiple black wrestlers from both Brazil, Ernie Ladd, Sonny, Sweet Daddy Sakai, Sonny King, Ron Simmons, Tony Atlas, Junkyard Dog. Dean Ambrose name came out, says, I don't care what you can do, F2, F3, F4, F5, let's do it. He says, I'm calling you out right now. And Hunter, he said, maybe Hunter was right last week, maybe Lesnar, Suplex City's getting weak. Pretty much, this doesn't make sense, but Ambrose tried to go in at Lesnar. Lesnar pretty much beat him up, F5'd them, and then left, but Ambrose thought he was Tommy Dreamer out there, says, like, please, sir, can I ask some more? And then pretty much Lesnar went back after Ambrose, Reigns' music hit, and then pretty much while Brock was distracted, pretty much Ambrose nutshotted him, and pretty much, got out of the ring then. Which this made Dean Ambrose look kind of weak, if you ask me, because I thought he would have gotten some type of brawl out there. All I really saw was Brock Lesnar beating the crap out of Dean Ambrose again, kicking him all over the place, and then F5ing him then. All Dean Ambrose did was just give him a nut shot, really. All he did was give him a nut shot, just told him to get back in the ring, but he just nut shot him and left Brock Lesnar there, so it wasn't really that interesting. Kalisto and Sin Cara went against Rusev and Del Rio. The Lucha Dragons are back, by the way. Sin Cara is back. Good to see him. But pretty much Kalisto and them still lost. Del Rio won with that double stomp thing on Kalisto, so it's kind of like whatever. Becky Lynch went against Tamina. Sasha Banks was on commentary. Pretty much throughout the match, both women were going at it. Naomi with a vicious punch taking out Sasha Banks. Pretty much, that was a hard-ass punch. She just walked over, just right hook, knocked her shit pretty much. So I thought that was pretty good. And pretty much Becky tried to come help Naomi and do a pretty much exploder suplex on Nate. Help Sasha Banks to take out Naomi then. Right after that, pretty much Tamina won with a super kick, beating them. So I don't know why Sasha Banks isn't even in the title picture right now, but they're going to get Brie Bella title picture. I'm going to give her a title shot against Charlotte. I'm going to get that to the end, but I think they're saving Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks for WrestleMania, really, so for the plans for that, because right now they're kind of going back to the NXT days when they used to team with each other. Pretty much right after that. But I don't know, Naomi doing that punch was kind of cool though, just knocking her. Everybody's going to steel steps, a lot of run-ins tonight, a lot of distraction wins. They talked about tweets from multiple wrestlers about Daniel Bryan. The New Day came out with the world's strongest unicorn and had Mark Henry to help him. They go against the Usos and the Dudleys. Pretty much Mark Henry walked out of them, and Team 3D and them won with a 3D on Biggie through the table, taking out the New Day. And then pretty much after that, the Dudleys, Team 3 attacked them. And there were rumors of breaking them up and bringing Bully Ray back, but I know WWE wasn't going to do it to make Bully Ray singles wrestler. I think it would have been Raw, really, if they brought Bully Ray back, just to see how singles would work in the WWE. It worked in TNA, why not work here? But they pretty much, everybody cheered when they beat. I don't think people really giving a crap about the Usos anyways, but they beat the crap out of the Usos. They chanted ECW and put them both through tables with a 3D and a power bomb. And just we're the Dudley Boys were the baddest tag team on the planet. Oh, my brother testified. And she's gonna be. It didn't announce it. Oh, they're upset over the Slammy. The Slammy doesn't mean that much anyways. But Team 3D going heel, they needed them to do something. They weren't doing anything. All I've seen Team 3D was get the shit kicked out of them most of the time. And losing. But then pretty much the biggest thing came on to the end. Daniel Bryan and his retirement speech. And wow, there's a lot to say about that. About Daniel Bryan. And he came out, there were very loud chants in his hometown, pretty much Seattle, Washington. They all chanted yes, 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 yes. And he just took it in for a minute and says, I almost forgot how that felt. He had to soak it in. And, he just had to close his eyes again and feel that. And just, feel it. It's pretty much Bryan went on, but we had to address the real elephant in the room. Daniel Bryan with a new haircut, by the way, called Wigs for Kids, helping kids with cancer. So he put a little bit of a cheap plug in there for himself, but it was good. But we got to get on to the less fun stuff. And he's been wrestling since he was 18 years old. And he's been, getting over 3 concussions in his career. And he's wrestled for over 16 years in wrestling. And he spoke about a lot about his career, numerous elevations, how the crowds have helped them, how WWE has, done a lot as the fans chanted, thank you, Daniel, thank you, Daniel. But pretty much a week and a half ago, and he has a family to think about. He thought he was clear, but now he isn't clear. And, he wants to do a lot, I guess, with Bree. And he just kind of laughs the crowd chanting, holy shit. And then he said, that's what she said. And then everybody in the crowd said, that's what she said, which was pretty funny. But it is a heavy heart that Daniel Bryan must retire now, he says. But he feels nothing but gratitude. He feels grateful for everything he has done. Grateful. And he wanted to mention a few things he loves. He loves the Seattle Seahawks. He loves when his music always kicks in, hitting the sound. He always has a smirk on his face when that sound hits, hitting the ropes, doing a suicide dive, thinking like he's Superman. And talk about he's wrestled from the parking lots of gas stations to 70,000 people, New Orleans at WrestleMania. And he talked about Kane and William Regal, 2 great men he has met in his career, and kids that are very stronger than him, like Connor. And it's the fans chanting for him there, but he feels grateful and for all the stuff he's done with the wrestlers in the back that come out and do what they do all the time. The people he's loved, he says. And he said, it's just more than me. It's about the fans also. And he talked about almost 2.5 years ago when Randy Orton and John Cena were doing that whole title thing to see, combine them. The fans hijacked the show. And everybody remembers this when Daniel Bryan got the biggest crowd reaction and pretty much everybody chanted him. His father was out there. Pretty much that was the last time he saw him wrestle. And he talked about that spot, that seat over there where some fan was with. He got to see him until his father died, until the last time he saw him. And he did it for his entire family. He says, I am grateful for the fans. He's grateful to meet his wife, Brie Bella. He's just grateful because he gets to do this from his hometown fans. He didn't want to announce the retirement, but this is a special moment for his mom, his sister, everybody, for the last 15, 16 years of his life in professional wrestling. And pretty much he said, tomorrow morning I start a new life. But tonight, he said, and by damn, one more night, the energy of this crowd, they had to do one more yes chant. And they pretty much, everybody just pretty much went in the yes chants doing this. And he pumped his arms up and everybody celebrated. He even did it on the network. Pretty much Vince and all of them came out. He took a lap around the ring, hugged the announcers. Cole said, I love you, kid. And talked about it was like Yeselmania again. And he pretty much, all the wrestlers were there and he shook hands with everyone. And pretty much just headed backstage. as they did the yes chants. And, you know, Daniel Bryan, you know, this announcement is very disappointing. There's just a lot of things that just don't make sense about it. And it was fun, just even if this does have to be the last time, the energy of the crowd and everybody just to do one more yes chant. And I've always talked about the yes chants out the years, even in my reviews. I said the yes chants always being over with the crowd. You know, this was maybe one of the last times, but it's just so odd. It just doesn't make sense. If Daniel Bryan was cleared by doctors at UCLA, why can't the WWE doctors clear him? That doesn't make sense to me. Why can't they clear him? And, you know, WWE doctors, you can't trust them nowadays. I know it's a lot wrong with them, and I know nobody does it wrong. Look what happened to CM Punk, folks, with WWE doctors and the criticism they've had also. And it just doesn't make sense. If Daniel Bryan can get cleared by multiple doctors to wrestle, why can't he come back and wrestle in WWE? What's holding him back? And they say he was cleared. And you know, I don't think this is the end of Daniel Bryan. I don't know what's next for Daniel Bryan right now if he really moves on in that. And it kind of sucks because I really thought he would have made it back to WrestleMania. And it was a very genuine speech he did to go out with a bang, with a retirement speech like that. That's probably going to be going down a very great Raw moment ever, really. But so I look at this as one thing. Is this the end of Daniel Bryan? It could be the end of Daniel Bryan, but I don't think this is the end of Bryan Danielson now. Because you got to remember what he said. Cause he choked out there, you know, talking tonight. But you have to remember, he said this in an interview. If the WWE didn't clear him to wrestle, he will gladly go somewhere else and wrestle. He would gladly go somewhere else and wrestle. He said he didn't really have to, you know, be in the WWE to do it. And some people wonder, would Daniel Bryan go to another wrestling company? Could he? And I talked to people say he should do it. If he's cleared to wrestle, go somewhere. Like you said, Japan, New Japan, Mexico, Ring of Honor, TNA. Even somebody put out Global Force Wrestling, Lucha Underground. There's so many opportunities and matches they could do. If Daniel Bryan, or whatever, Bryan Danielson, went back to Ring of Honor right now, just know we will be seeing him versus Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, folks. Or guys like a Roderick Strong, or even in Lucha Underground, him versus Puma, him versus Mundo, which probably been WWE already, but him versus a PJ Black, or even TNA, him versus a Bobby Roode, Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. Think about that. And yeah, it got a lot of media exposure of him retiring today. But yeah, it's very shocking. And we know Daniel Bryan's been hurt like 2 times. And we wondered, how long would this go? But I really did believe he was going to come back this year to wrestling. I really believed that. And it really sucks that we have to lose another one due to stuff like this. Do I compare this to Edge's injury and others when he had to retire? In a way, yes. Here's the thing, though. Edge, we all knew Edge could not wrestle again. I feel like Daniel Bryan can still come back from this. Because other doctors cleared him. You have to remember, the WWE doctors cleared him. And WWE doctors are very screwy and fishy. That's what CM Punk has said about them. Look at his shit shooting reviews about him. And concussion tests and all. Something to the people that he was holding Daniel Bryan back to end his career. They didn't want to get involved with this whole Reigns thing because it would have ruined Roman Reigns' push. There's multiple reasons that people said Daniel Bryan didn't come back, and that they were just holding him back, and he got frustrated. He didn't want to do a trainer's job. He didn't want to be an announcer. Like, he wanted to wrestle, not taking any type of other side job or anything. And I don't want to see Daniel Bryan just not doing nothing. I'm sure he's gonna do something, but him be on stuff like Total Divas and everything. Like, we want to see this man in the ring again, have him do something. But I don't know if this will be the last time Daniel Bryan will ever wrestle or really do anything now, since he's done. He's done. But I do feel like people are right now. I think he's gonna go somewhere else and wrestle. If I don't know. Some say get this 5 months. Give it a month and that. He'll end up somewhere. Ring of Honor, maybe. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground, TNA, Global Force Wrestling. There's the options are out there, folks. Like, he doesn't need WWE that much. Yeah, people say it's for the money, but hey, he said in an interview, don't believe me, go look it up. If he is not cleared, he will gladly go somewhere else and wrestle. Because it sucks that he really did have to retire from WWE. And people are very pissed about this. It's very mixed emotions about it, but while multiple wrestlers thanked him online for all the years he's put in and worked for everything. I saw stuff from CM Punk to John Cena to others that posted a lot of things up. Finn Balor, pretty much from the indie days and stuff when they were there. Like it's crazy how it goes like that. It really is. It really is. But that's pretty much it's how it goes like that. And it's a shame he won't be able to compete at WrestleMania. But if Daniel Bryan does end up somewhere else, I'm sure it's going to generate a lot of buzz. I know that if he ever goes to another wrestling company. And that. But it was a great retirement speech for him. We don't know what's next for Daniel Bryan. It just almost all he was weird to see with the haircut. It was like 2012 again. He didn't have all that hair no more. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Tell me what you think about the show. Done.